Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I am Chris from ilather.com, and today we're going to do another shaving video. We are going to use today Panaud Clubman shaving soap and the Yuma razor, and this was sent to me both by Mr. Potts, so thank you, Mr. Potts. We're going to give this a go and see how it goes. The Yuma razor, by the way, is a very inexpensive razor. Used to be sold for $1.99 or $2. Now they're a little bit more difficult to find. This is a razor that is made in Turkey, very inexpensive. I've never used one, and Mr. Potts really likes the shave. He said, "Hey, I know it's a cheap razor, but I really like the shave it provides. It does a really nice job." So he was kind enough to send one. So thank you, Mr. Potts. We will try this Yuma out today. Derby Premium is the blade, and we're going to use our RazoRock 400 today to lather this Clubman. By the way, this Clubman soap by Panaud sort of smells like Clubman, maybe a little sweeter. To me, it doesn't smell like a dead ringer for the sort of Clubman classic aftershave, but it is similar. It does smell the same. Scent strength is about, I'd say, about a 4 out of 10. It's not tremendously robust, but you can definitely pick it up. The price on this soap is $5.95 for 2 ounces, about $2.97 an ounce, so not bad. So let's get to loading here. Little container, so it's going to be tricky to load because the diameter of this container is very small, but we'll get it done. We will persevere. While I'm loading, I want to make mention of something. Custom brushes. Folks, if you are wanting a custom brush, and I know these people like Nathan Clark and Peter Wolf get backed up and they have waiting lists and so forth. Be patient. Be patient. I saw where Peter Wolf sort of suspended his list for the time being, meaning he has not stated when he's going to open up his list again. I think these folks are getting burnt out because of harassment that they receive from customers. Oh, I should have been on the list, or oh, it put me on the list, then it took me off, and all that. Folks, be patient. You will eventually get one. I got one from Maggard's a couple weeks ago. They just happened to have a lot of wolf whiskers brushes, and I got one from Maggard's. Folks, you're going to cause these brush makers to do what others have already done, and they quit making custom brushes altogether. Several of them have done that because they were tired of all the complaining and jumping up and down and gnashing of teeth and all the foolishness. And so they just decided making the kind of brushes they want to make, and they put them for sale, and that's it. Please take it easy. If you don't make the list, wait for the next time the list is open. I fear you're going to run these brush makers out of the custom brush making business. They'll still make brushes, but they're not going to make them in the colors you want and the way you want, and you'll just have to see if you can buy them somewhere. They'll just make whatever they want and sell them. So please, calm down, take it easy, quit it. You're going to ruin it for everybody by this constant tantruming over these brushes. And I've been on lists just like the rest of you, so I know how it feels. You have to be patient. All right. Looks like we got a good load on this soap. Let's let the face get going. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's see how we do with the, oh boy, this nice lathering soap here. Nice lathering soap indeed. Boy, this RazoRock 400, I really like it. It feels nice. This handle, nice and long, very easy to use. And this soap lathers better than I expected, to tell you the truth. I didn't know what to expect in terms of lather from this soap, but boy, does it lather nicely, easily, as you can see here. And the scent is reminiscent of sort of what I call classic Clubman, the sort of citrusy Clubman, the one that's not labeled like vanilla or citrus or just regular Clubman. And the quality of that leather looks pretty good too. We'll see what happens when we shave, but there's a nice sheen on that leather. I'm pleasantly surprised. Pretty good leather. Pretty good leather indeed here. And boy, I like this brush a lot. It just feels great. I think it's a sweet spot for, you know, people who want some backbone. Look, I don't need a tremendous amount of backbones because I'm not looking for scrub, but I really like the way that feels. I like it a lot. Okay, so our first go with the Yuma. Again, blade is Derby Premium. This is a very light razor. It's aluminum. The handle is hollow. And you know what? That feels pretty good. Let's check the residual slickness here. Not bad. Decent residual slickness on that soap. Not bad at all. And the Yuma actually feels pretty good here. It doesn't feel overly aggressive, but it does feel, you know, there's some efficiency to it. You know, you can feel it doing its job. Now, what I will say is the fit and finish on this razor is poor. It's not very good. Like if you take the top cap off and look at the edges, it's not super smooth. But for $2, you know, you can't expect a lot. But in terms of the way it's shaving, it's actually doing a pretty doggone good job despite its low cost. It's probably the least expensive razor I've ever shaved with by far. But it's doing a good job actually. And the soap's working well also. Again, this is not going to be at the extreme end of mild. I do feel some blade on my face. There's some decent efficiency on this razor. Not bad. First go was not bad at all. We'll come back for pass 2. All right, so pass 1 with both the soap and razor. Quite good. I got to tell you, this Clubman soap, it has impressed me. I did not have high expectations. I don't know why. Maybe because it was in a little container. Or I haven't heard a lot of fanfare about it. Now, admittedly, the scent isn't the greatest of all time. It's just okay, but the actual performance of the soap is pretty doggone good. I am pleasantly surprised. Easy lathering. It had nice residual slickness. Not bad at all. I guess if I had to put criticism on it or apply some criticism to it, some sort, it's a little, the tub is very narrow, so it's tough to load, but overall, I gotta tell you, not displeased with the soap. And I would say the scent, yeah, it doesn't, you know, the scent doesn't blow me away. But if you're someone who doesn't like scents that are really strong and in your face, you know, you may want to try. May want to try this soap because the scent is there, but it's not super stout to the degree that it would bother you if you're someone like Busta who can't handle strongly scented soaps. It's good to see Busta back, as I've said before. Thought I'd throw in a little dig there. This is a nice little shaver, this Yuma, excuse me, and I believe Busta has used this a number of times on video. Again, it's out of Turkey. And from my reading, it's a little bit harder to get than it once was. But I will say this, don't expect Edwin Jagger, you know, fit and finish or Merkur. It is not that. This is a cheap razor. And when I say cheap, I mean cheap. I don't mean inexpensive. It is cheaply made. However, for what it needs to do, which is hold that blade in there, and provide for a decent shave, it does that. And it does it pretty well based on what I'm feeling so far. So, really it's not bad. It's not bad at all. In fact, pleasantly surprised with this razor. So again, thank you, Mr. Potts. This is not a bad shaver in my view. Not bad at all. And the Derby blade, Derby Premium, has been doing a nice job. And tomorrow, I'm going to put a Derby Premium, brand new, and a Derby Extra in the same razor. I have 2 red tips. I'm going to put one each in there and shave side by side and see how the Derby Premium feels versus the Derby Extra. See if I can tell any difference at all. May or may not. Don't know. We'll find out. Stay tuned for pass 3. All right, so let's get going here on pass. Number 3, again, pleasantly surprised with this soap. Not a bad soap. Scent, again, doesn't blow me over, but on a quality basis, this is a pretty doggone good soap. Pleasantly surprised with that. Did not have, as I mentioned before, super high expectations, but it has exceeded my expectations, I'll tell you that. They weren't high, but it certainly exceeded how I felt originally it would do, as has the razor. I figured it might be decent since, Mr. Potts said he really likes the way it shaves. If you only concern yourself with the way this razor shaves versus the way it looks, if you examine it closely, you might be surprised by it. Because if you look at it closely, you're going to say, I don't know. But if you shave with it, it might say, nice. So maybe shave with it and then examine it closely, Because the fit and finish, just really isn't that good. It's a little rough. But I tell you what, it's a doggone decent shaver. Especially for $2 or $3, if you can find one. Like I said, they're a little bit more difficult to come by these days. Now, would I replace my Wolfman with the Yuma? Absolutely not. Would I replace an Edwin Jagger with a Wolfman? Absolutely not. But it's a decent little shaver. It does offer some, I'd call it, I don't think it's super aggressive, even though it does have a decent amount of blade exposure. Medium. Maybe on the high end of medium, I'm thinking. It's not the mildest, but boy, it has impressed me. So again, thank you, Mr. Potts. Get to experience something a little different this morning. Something off the beaten path a little bit, and it's worked well, so. All right, I got a little quiet there because I've cut myself a few times yapping while I've got my mustache cut quiet there for a moment. Oh, by the way, good feedback on this razor, audio feedback if you like that sort of thing. Let's rinse the face and we'll come back with the post. Stay tuned. All right, and then we come with the magic made by witches. Thayer's cucumber with aloe, great stuff. I had to rinse for a little longer than usual this morning because, boy, that residual slickness was just on there. That soap actually leaves a nice sort of film of slickness on your face. I hate to say film because people will not like that word, but it leaves sort of a nice slick barrier on your face. So I really had to rinse to get that off. But tell you what, it did a great job. And quickly, before we get to our aftershave, let's review. The Clubman Panade by Panade shaving soap was actually pretty doggone good. The scent, for me, is not remarkable, but the quality of the soap, it was pretty doggone good, and it exceeded expectations. It's under $3 an ounce. It really wasn't bad at all. Pleasantly surprised. The Yuma razor at $2 to $3. Not a great fit finish. It is a cheap razor, not inexpensive, cheap, but it did a great job. So, Mr. Potts, you're right. It's a good little shaver. It shaves just as well as many razors that cost many, many times more than it does. Not bad at all. Yuma and RazoRock 400. I like this brush more and more every time I use it. I think this is my third time, and I liked it more this time than the previous two. It's definitely a keeper. There's no question about it. And we will finish off with, of course, good old Clubman. I call it Clubman Classic by Panade. Nice, classic aftershave. Not expensive. You can usually find it in your drugstore, or at least you can here in the States. And I assume you can in Europe and other places. Some people don't like the scent, but I do. I think it's a good throwback scent, and I have thoroughly enjoyed my shave today, even though I didn't use expensive gear. And that just goes to show you, folks, you don't have to spend a ton to get a decent shave. And this is actually a good shave, not just a decent shave. This is a really good shave. So happy to get my day started with a nice shave. And until next time, let's make America shave again.